Okay. So good morning all. My name is Madan Karthisan. I work as a tech lead in Abdur Automation System Solutions Private Limited. So our office headquarters is in California. This is Adapakam, Chennai. This is our development center. So we have around 30 people working around the globe. So today, okay, thanks. I welcome all the 75 75 students of BCA second year. BS Abdur Rahman, Crescent Institute of Science and Technologies, and also the faculty members. So I know that you're all from BCA Artificial Intelligence. First, I'm going to talk about object automation perfect. So a brief introduction about what OA does. Then few things we'll be talking about Gen AI. We'll be talking about Power. We have Microsoft partners. We'll be talking about Power BI. We'll be talking about cloud. So there are many cloud service providers. We'll be concentrating on Microsoft Azure. Then we'll also talk about chip design. So now in India, we have more demands on chip design and AI. Okay, so these are two verticals where we have large demands for students. So we will give you tips. So what are the courses you can do? So what are the skills you need to be trained on? So all this information will be giving you. First, I will give you a brief introduction about OA. So what our company does for 10 minutes. So here, if you can see, there are two logos. This is our company logo, Object Automation. So along beside that, we have Open Power. So Open Power is a non-profit organization from IBM. So IBM, how many people know IBM? So what is the expansion of IBM? What is the expansion of IBM? Okay, IBM stands for International Business Machine. Okay, so like our CEO, Mr. Ganesan Narasamy, is the president of Open Power Foundation. So what is the purpose of Open Power Foundation? It is a non-profit organization. Like so, it provides a lot of open source tools, like for students and organizations. So mainly triple students, EC students, they use some tools like CAD and Synapses for chip design. So for people who cannot afford, some organizations, some students who are interested, so what they can do, they can become a member of Open Source Foundation. Becoming a member of Open Source Foundation will provide the membership and also do open source tools. Okay. So this is the open source thing. So we do three things. One, so research. So three things we do: research, solution development, and establishing tech centers of excellence. So what is a center of excellence? So for example, your college, they want to set up what is maybe center of excellence? For example, on behalf of a college, we procure from various vendors. Like we are partners of various companies, Microsoft, HP, Dell. So hardware and software. So as you are a student, you may in the lab, you may be using various hardwares and softwares. So we procure them for your requirements. That is called Center of Excellence. So in Shastra University, Tanjavur, and NIE, National Institute of Engineering, it is one of the oldest universities in India, Mysore. So we have these are some of the colleges, universities where we have established centers of excellence. These things we do. So main thing is we do AI and chip design. So artificial intelligence students of AI. So you know what is AI. So learning, machine learning, all these things. So mainly we provide AI and chip design solutions. So I just not talked about Open Power Foundation. I'll just walk through to this. Since you are all AI students, I'll just quickly go through this. Okay. So these are some of the things you can do with Open Power Foundation. You can become a member. Okay. So here if you can see, there are 5 verticals in this chart. I'll talk about this last one, setting up COE. I just now talked about COE, Center of Excellence. Then faculty development programs. So for example, your faculty members, they will be attending a lot of faculty development programs. What is the main purpose? So there is a gap between the industry needs and the academia. So in order to equip your faculty members with the latest skills, so we organize FDPs, faculty development programs. Then if you can see, US, Europe, higher studies. So how many of you want to do post-graduation? So once you finish your undergraduation, how many of you want to do post-graduation? So I see few hands here. So you want to do MSc, MCA? Okay, very good. So so you may be doing in India. Some people, they want to go abroad. So in US, Europe, so for people go for higher studies, post-graduation. So we have, since our company is headquartered in California, we provide them guidance. So what are things you need to have? So what should be your TOEFL score? What should be your GI score? Your CGPA? So what are based on your discipline? For example, if you are interested in artificial intelligence, if you are interested in cloud computing, Gen A, which colleges are top ranking in US, Europe? So all these things will guide you. Okay, not only to you, any people who approach a company, you can visit our website www.object-automation.com. So you have all this information on our website. This is one of the things we do. US, Europe, higher studies. Okay, so I told you these things we do. Okay, so like I was talking to the faculty members, so internship. So many people during the final year they do internship. So for this, lot of people from various colleges, lot of students from various colleges, not only from BCA, BE, they come during the last semester for projects internship. So this is one of the things we do. So we do a 15-day internship. Starting from 15 days, that is the minimum. 15 hours we spend to 30 days, 3 months. These are some of the internships we do. So you can do, and also what we do, we also do quite technical courses. We are Microsoft partner. So how do you want to become a data engineer? So if you want to become a data engineer using Microsoft Azure, so we teach course, 40-hour course. Similarly, Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, data session. So data analyst, data scientist, data engineering. These are the top 3 skills. These are the top 3 titles are more in demand. Since you are BCA students, so maybe opting for any of the 3. So how many of you want to become a data engineer? Nobody wants to become a data engineer? Okay, fine. A data analyst, data scientist. Okay, so what do you want to become? Yeah? You want to become an entrepreneur. Very good. So who wants to become, okay, tell me what do you want to become? So what is the goal? See, once you finish undergraduation, some people told me they want to do post-graduation. He wants to become an entrepreneur. Understand? See, what title you want to become? So, yeah. Yeah, tell me. So what do you want to become? What is your ambition? Which role? So I gave you 3 roles: data engineering, data analyst, data scientist. I may not know because I'm a AI person. There are people, full stack people, is a Gen AI. So there are a lot of things. Full stack developer, website engineer. So a lot of opportunities are there. So what role you want to become? So nobody raise their hand for data analyst, data scientist, data engineering. So you're all BCA students and you also AI. Why do you want to know? Why don't you become a data engineer? Data analyst, data scientist. Okay, what do you want to become? Let me take your inputs. AI development. Okay, thank you. Okay, so these are some of the things we do. So we also conduct conference. So recently we conducted an SR in SRM. We conducted a 3-day workshop, chip design, and also in Saina we conducted a 2-day workshop on cloud computing. So we regularly conduct workshops for various colleges. Okay. So these are things. So he said AI. So we have a lot of resources. So he's our Gen A person. So one of the things he does is he does project and also he teaches. So we teach only through, not only through in person, online also. There are some students from US. We're teaching Gen AI, agentic AI. We're giving them projects. So now AI, HPC. So you're all BCA students. What is the expansion of HPC? Any idea? So I asked previously IBM. Now one more question. What is HPC? Yeah, very good. So more people are able to answer. I appreciate that. So high performance computing. So what is high performance computing? So now we need to process large amounts of data. So you want to do data processing data parallelly. So HPC, like for example, we have IBM. So IBM there are something called GPFS. Okay. So parallel processing. So a lot of people they do this HPC. Then chip design verification. So now a lot of companies, your mobile, car, anything, it requires chip. So people are in a lot of companies they're investing in India. Okay, so now knowledge of chip design and verification will fetch you a job. So these are 2 things: AI-based solutions, chip design solutions. Okay, so our company is headquartered in California. We are tied up with these 3 universities: University of Oregon, University of Wisconsin, and the Ohio State University. So people who are doing courses in Gen AI. So we connect. If you visit the website, there is a thing called Gen AI, agentic AI. So we provide courses. So for them, we are giving access to University of Oregon. So there is a university called University of Oregon. Oregon is a state university in US. So we give them access to that server. So what is the advantage of using server? With laptop and desktop, we cannot store large amounts of data. We cannot process large amounts of data. When you want to store and when you want to process, you need to have server. So we give them access to the University of server. That is one of the advantages of doing a course in education. So the University of Wisconsin, Ohio State University. So here if you can see, so I will come across these colleges. I will see these colleges. Okay. So these are some of the colleges. So like we have conducted workshop, internship, conference. So for example, VIT, so Sairam, NIE. So not only in Chennai, in other parts of Tamil Nadu, and also in other states of India. So VIT, NIE is in Mysore. I told you we have established Center of Excellence in National Research Engineering. It is one of the oldest universities in India. Then New Horizon, it is Bangalore. Then JNTUA, Jawaharlal Nehru Technology University, Anandapur. So we provide. So these are okay. So we are partners of IBM, Microsoft, HP, Dell. There is a certification called IBM Career BCA certification. Suppose your college is interested in conducting this IBM Career Education program, we will be giving you a 6 semester program. The first semester it will be Python, second semester it will be Java, third semester it will be something. Okay, so that means 6 semesters. Each semester you will be given, will be giving you a training. That is a co-border certification. Crescent University along with IBM. So you get a dual degree. You get a BCA as well as a certification from IBM. So it is more value. And also you will be having the hands-on resource from IBM. Okay. So these are some of the specialization. Currently, we are doing for one of the colleges in near Pune, DMA College of Engineering. I heard about DMA College of Engineering. Okay. So we are doing that for the AIML course. So these are our partners. So here if you can see, there's a platform called Power AI. So now we are in the era of big data. So when you have more data, we need to process it. So for this we use the Power AI platform. So it is running on power system AC922. So these are our special courses. So like machine learning with Python, applied GenAI, quantum computing. So in the next decade, 10 years, so we can see quantum computing, cloud computing, then AI. So these three things will have a greater impact in India. So these things, whoever has these skills will be getting a job. Okay, that is the higher probability of getting a job. And just, so this is the chip design. So last week, our CEO, Mr. Ganesan Arasami, visited your college. So and also visited met your faculty members. Okay. So this is our website, abdur-automation.com. Okay. For any queries, you can visit our website. These are contact numbers. Okay. So any questions you have? I just gave you a brief introduction about what Abdur does. Okay, so in the next few sessions, we'll be talking about few things like Gen AI, chip design, Power BI, cloud engineering, data engineering using cloud. All these things we'll be telling you, and what are the skills you need to upskill. So you're in the second year, so you have one more year. So we'll be guiding you, like what we'll be giving you some tips. What are the things you can do to fetch into your land in your job? Okay. So thank you very much. You have any questions? Okay, next, Mr. Rahman will be speaking to you. Thank you. So meanwhile, let me ask you. So what do you want to become? Yeah. No, you can sit and talk. Okay, what do you want to become? So you want to become an entrepreneur? I'll take you. I want to get some inputs. I want to ask about it. Huh? Idea, yeah. Okay, so whoever has idea, can you give me some information? I want to ask about it. What do you want to become? Software engineer. Okay. So we will give you some tips. Okay. So based on your requirement, I can give some short tips. So what do you want to become? Automation engineer. Okay. So please ask any questions. So yeah, so you ask any questions. You come for industrial scene. So you come to an IT company. So you can, so whatever you have in your mind, you can always ask us. There is no right or wrong answers. Please ask us. We'll be able to. We'll be giving you solutions. Okay.
So, good morning, all. So, I am aware you are from BCA AI. So, like, what do you know about AI? So, you said you are like learning about machine learning. So, is machine learning AI? So, what machine learning do? Sorry, algorithms do what? So, what is AI? Okay, what is AI basically? What like a proper explanation, not an expander, like a full form. What is the explanation of AI? Okay. 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 So basically, machine learning, what it does is it has many algorithms. Like logistic regression, linear regression. So like likewise, we have different algorithms. So we train a specific set of data, and during the training, it gets to learn the patterns of the data, and with the learned pattern, it will help you to predict with the new outcome with the trained data. So that's what ML is going to do. Okay. So uh, what do you know about deep learning? So when we have unlabeled data, so unstructured data, so that's when these deep learning algorithms such as CNN, RNN. So we have few other algorithms in deep learning too. So these deep learning algorithms comes into play for training your data of image, audio, like videos. Okay, so that's when deep learning is going to help you. Okay, so in deep learning we have like different types of models, like GAN, VAE. So likewise we have a model called transformer model. So that is what powering you with the Gen AI applications what you are using today, like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Okay, so what this transformer model actually is doing is, so so on like first what happened is we have something called as BERT model. So what this BERT model does is it reads your sentence one by one and it predicts the next word. Okay, so like what this BERT model has of no a flaw is it cannot get the context of what your sentence is. It cannot know the meaning of your sentence, so it doesn't know what word should accurately should come next to like next in the sentence. Okay, so that's when this transformer model came into play. Like one advantage of this transformer model is it helps you to get the whole context of the sentence. Like it it can read all the words in your sentence and it can predict you the next word accurately. So that's how your ChatGPT or Gemini or any other LLM models you are using. It's helping you to give a outcome when you're whenever you are trying to give an input or your questions. Okay, so that's how this LLM, whatever the AI tools you are using is for using this transformer model. Okay, so when it like it is the main foundation of this Gen AI applications. Okay, whatever we are creating today. So when I talk about Gen AI, so you need to focus on few things. You need to know how to control the model. So how can you do that? How can you control a model? How can you get more powerful outcome of out of a model? Like um, when you're using ChatGPT, let's say these two persons are giving the same question to the model. Uh, will be the answer will be the same. So how can we, like when these two persons give the same question, how can we set the model to give the same answer? What can be done? Do you have any ideas on that? So any ideas on that? Okay. So have you ever came across the word prompt engineering? That is what going to help you in building a prompt. Okay, prompt in the sense your question. Okay, so whichever we are going to give it to a AI model. Okay, so we have few techniques like few shots in the sense what we are going to do is we are going to give the AI model few examples like for example let me say I want to translate a sentence from English to Spanish. I will give some examples to the model like if it is hello like convert them into hola. So likewise, I will give some examples to the model in terms of a prompt. So the model will get to know the pattern what we are doing as in the form of examples. So that when you set this as a context for the model, after that whatever the questions whatever the questions you are asking to the model, it's going to repeat you the same. It doesn't go out of the context or it doesn't give you a different answer. Okay, so this is what one technique of. So next, when you are handling with mathematical problems, you prefer a model to give you step-by-step reasoning, right? So for that, we have a technique called multiple chain of thoughts. What this multiple chain of thoughts does is it helps you with give multi-step reasoning as output. So what you need to do is like when you are now setting up the context for the model, you need to give a question and the every multi-step answer for the question whatever you're you're trying to solve. So it basically gets the pattern what you're trying to do, and it gives you with multi-step reasoning as outcome. Okay, so like whenever you're asking a question, you don't need to say like give me a step by step breakdown of this solution. Okay, so instead if you give a question and it automatically gives you the answer step by step. Okay, so this multiple chain of thought. Okay, so next, yeah, so next and another important topic when it comes to Gen A is have you came across the word RAG, retrieval augmented generation? So it is another important topic, very important talking like a topic which is like everyone is talking about. Okay, so have you ever used chatbots? Okay, so do you know what is the mechanism behind this chatbots? Have you ever make a research about it? Like what happens? Like how do these chatbots actually work? Have you make a research on that? So what helps these chatbot is a mechanism called RAG. Okay, so RAG basically stands for retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so retrieval augmented generation in the sense you can say, like, see it in the word itself. It has a retrieval and a generation. So basically what is going to happen is, whatever the data you're going to have in your local storage, okay, when a user asks a question like what is Gen AI. So if you like, let's assume a user comes and asks a question, what is Gen AI, and what happens like to a chatbot? Okay, what happens is, now this chatbot goes to your local storage and it tries to read whatever the document you have regarding to the Gen AI, and it is going to retrieve them. So it stands for retrieval. Okay, so it basically retrieves those documents and it sends them to the LLM. So LLM is basically going to generate your final answer. That's where retrieval augmented generation stands for. Okay. So using this mechanism, we build our own company chatbot. Okay. So like the main purpose of this chatbot was to reduce the manual load from a like an employee. Like it basically reduces the manual effort to read all the queries from a like users, right? So that's where we came up with this idea of creating a chatbot. Okay, so that we have used the technology, the rack system, and we have also have used the LLM model, Mistral 7 billion instruction, and the outcome is you are going to get like fast response. Like we don't need a human intervention in middle to give you a fast response. Whatever it's going to like whatever the questions you are going to ask is, it's fully a automated process. Okay, that's what like the main purpose of this chatbot was. So the front end tech stack, what we used is, so for the chat icon, we gone with the normal HTML, CSS, and JS code. And for these chatbots to communicate from front end to the back end, we used another tech stack called Ajax Fetch. So what happens here is, so whenever a user like comes and asks a questions to a chatbot, it need to communicate to the backend. So that's when like backend makes all the process like retrieval and generation. So for that, what is going to help you is this Ajax Fix. So next is backend technologies. So backend like when it comes to like backend technologies, so we used several tech stack over here. So first is a fast API. So what this fast API has is, this fast API has a async server. So basically, which helps us to communicate from backend to the front end and front end to the backend. So that's where this fast API framework is going to help you with. So after that, like we have the retrieval augmented generation. So I have already explained you what RAG is. So after that, we have sentence transformer. So sentence transformer, which is going to help us to convert the form of text into numbers. Why do we converting text into numbers? Why do we need to convert text into numbers? Sorry. Yeah. Why are we doing that? Yes. So whatever the data we are going to give us input, they need to be converted into form of numbers. Why? Because the systems can understand only numbers very well. Okay, and whatever the data we are converting as numbers, they don't represent random numbers. Basically, what they carry is the actual meaning of a word that is represented in the form of numbers, which will be called as a vector. Okay, vector in the sense it will be in the form of float. Okay, so likewise, whatever the input data you are having, they will be converted in the form of numbers. Okay, so that's when the system can understand, and when the user asks the query, the same query what you are going to ask will be converted into numbers. So the system needs to understand what you're asking to. So we need to convert them as numbers too. So for that, from sentence transformer, which is basically a library from faces. Okay, so which is going to help us with the embedding model. So embedding model in the sense which is going to help us to convert our text into numbers. Okay, so next what we have is fires. So what is the database we are using currently? Like what are the normal databases we use currently? SQL, right? What else? PostgreSQL, MongoDB, right? So these normal databases, they represent in the form of tables. Okay, so but like these like normal databases, they help you with keyword retrieval only. But when it comes to GenAI applications, we have something called vector databases. Okay, so what happens in this vector databases? Every data, whatever you're storing in the form of numbers, vectors, will be stored in the form of dimensions. Dimensions in the sense, like huge space with lines. Okay, so what happens is, so when you are now converting all your text into a form of numbers, the data which are now similar to each other will be stored inside like in this vector database in the form of cluster. So whatever like for example, if you have something related to sports like football, basketball, all this will be like surrounded in the like same cluster, like near to each other. Okay, so when it comes to retrieval, this makes the process faster. Like these fires can like retrieve like like if you have millions of billions of data, it can retrieve your data like in a second. That's how fast these vector databases are. Okay, so but when you use normal databases, this isn't possible. It takes more time. Okay, so that's where this fires is going to come like play a major role. Okay, so here fires is like what we have as a SQL, right? So similarly this fires also like a library vector database too. We are going to just import them. So next is open router. So have you ever like used LLM model in your applications? Have you ever have idea like how can I have a model to use on like like put it on top of my application? Have you ever not tried to do anything like that? Generative N8 like it is a agentic AI platform. Yeah. So like yeah, I will come to that. So you want to build a Gen AI applications, but for building Gen AI applications, you need LLM models. So where can I get them? That's where this open router is helping us with. So what basically happens is, if you go to the website called openrouter.ai, this is a company. Basically, they are providing you with LLM models in free of cost through API keys. Okay, so basically these models, they will be running in servers of this open router company's servers. Basically, what they do is they rent you out this model through API key. What you can do is once you get like get this create this API key, you basically copy them and you can put it in your project or application wherever your folder is, and you need to establish the client communications. Basically your code need to talk to the server, so you need to establish a client server communication. That's where you can use the LLM model in your Gen AI applications. Okay, so next what we have is PDF Plumber and PDF Full Soap. So again, these two libraries, they help us with like we have all the data in the form of PDF. Like whatever the data we are having, they are in the local storage. They are in the form of PDF. Okay, so I need something to help me to read from the PDF. So that's where this PDF Plumber is going to play a role. So this is going to help us to read all the content from my PDF files. And the beautiful soap. So yeah. So what beautiful soap does is it helps me to read from the website content. So whatever the data like available in our object automation website, this beautiful soap is going to scrap them and index them. okay, and store them in the vector database. That's where beautiful soap will be helping, and the front end user interactions. So basically, when you're coming into the object automation website, you will be having a floating icon. Basically, you can click them. The chat window will be opening. You can basically type your query, and all the front end back end process happen, and you will be having your outcome. Yeah. So this is like basic workflow how the whole chatbot will be working. Okay. So whatever the data we have local storage like in the form of HTML, like in the form of PDF, they are going to be extracted and it will be chunked. So another important topic when it's come to Gen AI is chunking. So when your data are in the form like for example you're having like when you're like we are reading from a PDF, right? So when we are reading from PDF, it will be a huge form of paragraph. So when we try to load this huge form of paragraph, the system may not able to capture the whole paragraph and understand the context of the whole paragraph. So what you need to do is you need to part them into chunks. Basically, you need to divide them into half so that the meaning like the system could capture the meaning fully. It doesn't loses its context or the meaning. So that's where we will be using the chunking, and after chunking they will be sent to the embedding model to convert it into numbers. After that they will be stored in files. So when a user sends a query, the same query will be like converted into embeddings, and they will be sent to the file syntax, and your related informations will be retrieved and sent to the LLM model what we are using, and the LLM model gives you the final generated output, and it will be displayed in a front end. Okay, so this is how chatbots will be working. Okay, so so you guys are in the second year. So when your placements are going to start? So have you ever felt like do you have any fear of attending interviews in person, like one on one? Why? Do you think interviews are biased? Like, like for example, one person is going to be a like a different person. Like we'll be having a different panel of interviews, right? Like different person will be going to different persons, like different panels, and every person they won't agree with the same answer what everyone is saying. So everyone has their own like they have like they have their own expectations of answers, like that's where the interview panel will be like agreeing you with the answer. So what can we do to overcome these problems? Like you don't need to be fear of the interview, like interview shouldn't be biased. What can we do for that? So to overcome all this, whatever you are afraid of for overcoming the biased interview, we came up with another bot called interview bot. So what this interview bot is going to do is, first you need to like basically give your basic informations like your name, your email ID, what is the designation you're going to apply, and your experience. So basically, you need to upload your resume. If you have a cover letter, you can also upload them. So what is basically like what is going to happen is, so like you can see the format over here. Like we have aptitude round, technical round, and another final round. So what like we don't have a group discussion over here. So yeah. So what happens is first round you are going to be facing off aptitude. Aptitude in the sense quants, logical, and communication. So what happens is the questions for all these three topics: quants, logical, and communication. Your LLM model, what you are using, is going to be generating them. We are not going to use some static questions. Whenever you go in, you are going to get the same question. No, that is not going to happen. We are going to use the LLM model to generate 30 questions every time when you are start to like go in for an interview. Okay, so and those questions will be based upon your experience. Okay, so it is if you are a fresher, the question is not going to be of very well experienced person of kind of a question. So your questions, whatever it is getting generated, it's going to be based upon your experience. Okay, so for the second round, what is going to happen is, so you are uploaded your resume, right? So what happens here is the LLM is going to analyze your resume. Okay, so it basically going to read the content of your resume, and it basically going to ask you with three questions. Whatever the tools you have mentioned in your resume, what are the projects you are mentioned in your resume, or the certifications even. So based upon this, you will be getting three questions. So after that, we have another job description based round. So you will be getting questions based upon the job role. If you are applying for front end, the questions will be of front end, and if you are something applied for related to AI, the questions will be related to AI. So likewise, we have mapped those. So after that, you have a coding round. So basically, after now finishing the coding round, so we need someone to evaluate to. Uh, we don't need human for that to evaluate to. So whenever you are going to finish each round, simultaneously this LLM model will be evaluating your answers. Okay, so basically we have set up some parameters. So based upon those, the LLM will be evaluating your answers. Okay, so we came up yeah. So now tell me, you are now attending in interview through this board. Will you be afraid? So do you think it will be biased? So yeah, so that's where this entry part is going to make a change. Okay, so yeah, so do you have any questions over here? Any questions?
Based on the interviews.
Like you can relate, you can ask anything related to AI. So how many of you want to try this entry board? You want to? Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Who else want to try? Only 2 persons. Who is the person? You. You both will, you both will get a chance. Let's try to do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So any other questions? Any doubts you have regarding AI? Okay. So next up, let's deep dive into chip design. We have Mr. Jagan. Okay. So next up, we have our so we have Nandini over here. So who is going to talk about AI wearable device? So she's an intern over here. So she basically done her project AI wearable devices for particular device, disease. So she's going to elaborate you on that.
Thanks, Abdur. So if you have any questions, please ask us. So he's our Gen A person. So any questions on Gen A, agentic AI, you can always ask. So you talked about interview part. So there are people who are interested in showing the resume. Okay. So you can talk to him after the session also. Okay. The next batch starts. You can talk to me in person. No, 15 minutes முடிச்சிடலாம். Next batch. Photo.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nandini Devi Esther from Power Engineering College, final year computer science engineering student. Currently, parallelly, I am doing one internship here, object automation system solution. So we have to develop one project. This is completely health domain oriented. So we have to integrate it with the AI. Okay, so now I will explain. This is the agenda for this project. Introduction to wearable device, problem statement, objective of the project, system overview, hardware used, software tools, working methodology, data monitoring using ThinkSpeak, alert system, 24/7 monitoring architecture, results and output, challenges faced and future enhancement and conclusion. So this is our introduction. This is completely oriented health domain. Yeah. So already traditional wearable devices are already there, but we have to integrate it with the AI chips and AI machine learning algorithms and so on. So here the title is ECG based real time yearly detection of cardiac arrhythmia using wearable device. So if we already know aware of the cardiac oriented diseases like cardiac arrest, heart failure, myocardial infarction like that. So we have to precaution for that and prevent previously, so that this device is completely help for us. So it has been like a small device, or we have to develop a prototype. But the next for the future enhancement is to be a small device. So here the device that tracks the humans or patients. What are all the patients you have to used inside the device. The patient heart signals, that is called the electrical cardiogram. That signals will be collected from the patient, and then it will be undergone to the noise filtering and remove the redundancy that process. So after that, it will be undergone to the A algorithms like machine learning and deep learning algorithm. Here we have to use the convolutional neural network algorithm. So after that, it will be shown to the graphical representation using the ThinkSpeak. The ThinkSpeak is also the cloud platform that the storage graphical representation will be there. After that, the Telegram bot will be imported to that. It will be shown the notification, whether the patient have the irregular heartbeat or not. The corresponding patient or the caregiver or doctors who all are connected to that through the API key, they get the notification. So this is the problem statement. Yearly detection, like the traditional wearable device that doesn't have the real time monitoring, because we have to input the real time monitoring by 24/7. So the patient never get any critical situation by using this device. So delayed medical response. In delayed medical response means if we are getting any cardiac arrest or cardiac like oriented diseases means, then we are not able to go to reach the hospital immediately. So there will be lack to the traditional AA system, traditional wearable system. We have to import it with high cost clinical monitoring. If we are regularly go to the hospital means the cost will be increases for taking the ECG echo like that. So it will be reduces for our device. And no intelligent analysis means the traditional device doesn't have the AA analysis. So we have to integrate with the AA device. This is the objective. We have to use Vega board. Vega board means it can the normal chip board. It can be integrated with the microprocessor and microcontroller. Then we have to collect the data like heart rate, SpO2, temperature, acceleration like that. We have to collect using the sensors. Via the sensors, the data will be collected from the patient body. Then implement to AI and ML algorithm. After that, it will be undergone to the AI and ML algorithm, especially for the convolutional neural network. And then the data will be clean in this phase. After that, it will go to the ThinkSpeak, the visualization, graphical visualization phase, and then the automated emergency alert or notification that will be given to the corresponding caregivers or doctors. So it will be affordable, portable, and 24/7 monitoring one. Then this is the system overview. The sensors will be collected the input from the patient, and the Vega board. There is the board. We can use some of the C or Python language code to flash this ARIS V3 board, and then AI model that can be detect from our ECG waves, like PQRST waves are here. So if any abnormalities, like our normal standard heartbeat rate is 72 to 90 beats per minute. If the patient have crossed that over or lower means, it's shown the alert. Then the Telegram bot will be shown the alert. These are the hardware phase. Here we using the Vega board Max 30102 sensor. Like the correspondent name will be shown the Dalton. Here the heart rate and SpO2 Max 30102 sensor, and temperature sensor DS18V20 sensor. Like acceleration and gyroscope MPU6050 sensor. And wireless connectivity. For connecting the ThinkSpeak, we have to use the Wi-Fi module, so that we have to use the ESP8266 sensor, and then 24/7 continuous monitoring without any interruption. So we have to use LiPo battery and regulator. This is the format. We have to initially we have to use the C language to flash the code in the Iris board, and then Python is used for A and ML to calculate and analyze the ECG, and then ThinkSpeak is used for storing the cloud platform, and Telegram bot is used for notification.
So we'll finish this in another 10 minutes. Okay, next batch is going to come. So like I'm going to give you some tips. So you're all second year BCA students. So what are things you need to know? So we have another 12 more months. So I'm going to give you a few things where which will benefit you. So first thing is I'm going to talk about something called data visualization. So now everywhere we have data. So when I use currently we are using Excel. Excel, what is Excel? Excel is a workbook which has many worksheets. Each worksheet can store only 10 lakh rows of data. We have limitation. So now we are in the era of big data. So when you want to visualize data more than 1 million, we have to use BI tools, business intelligence tools like Tableau and Power BI. So we are Microsoft partner. I'm going to give you a 5 minutes demonstration on Power BI and also 5 minutes demonstration on cloud. Okay. So you can all use this. So Power BI desktop is free. You can all download from the net. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open Power BI desktop. I already downloaded. I'm going to show you what is the Power BI desktop. You can always download. It's free only. Power BI desktop. It's free for lifetime. So Power BI desktop is used for data visualization. So how will Power BI data will be? So in Power BI we call it as a report. In Tableau we call it as a dashboard. Okay. So a small difference. In Power BI, if you create a visual, it is called report. If you use Tableau, it is called as a dashboard. So I'll show you. So here, if you can see, I have a lot of visuals. So you will be creating something like this. So like this is called Power BI report. When you use Power BI, it is called report. Tableau means dashboard. So we can see there is a circle in the there's a visual which has a circle. What is the visual? Anybody idea? You can see there is a circle which has a hole in the center. What is it called? It is called donut. So if you have a circle in the visual, it's called donut. If you don't have a circle, it is called pie chart. So you can see a tree map, a bar chart. So using data, you create visualization. This is useful for Power BI. So this is a data analyst. As a data analyst, we need to know some things like Tableau, Power BI. Okay, that is first thing. So how do you do this? I have opened the Power BI desktop. So when you open the Power BI desktop, you have to click blank report. So I'll finish in 2 minutes. Then I'll go into cloud. So you have to click a report. I told you we call this as a report in Power BI. In the Tableau, it is called as a dashboard. It's nothing but a collection of visuals. I showed you the donut, the bar chart. So now what you can do, you can click this. So it supports all the resources, raw data. So you can click any visual. For example, I can click a CSV file. For example, I'm going to bring a So first thing is you get data. You open a Power BI desktop, it's free. Then you go to the get data. Here, if you can see, this is the get data. You load the data. First thing in Power BI, if you want to create a report, you have to bring the data from your C drive or D drive. When you bring the data gets stored in the tables. Okay, this is Power BI. So you can see here, I have visuals. You have visuals in the visual gallery. We can take any visual. So here, if you can see, I have my data. Now, in the visual gallery, we have a lot of visuals. So what I can do, we saw donut chart. I can click donut chart. So now your donut chart is there. So now what I can do, I can take some data. So what I can do, I can take some price. So legend in values, I can have something called cost. So you can see, I just now created a donut chart. The donut chart is nothing but it will be circle shape. It will have hole in the center. So what is the purpose of donut chart, pie chart? If you want to visualize the data in terms of proportion, we use donut chart. So you would have seen bar chart, pie chart. So this is what we do. This is one thing. If you have a skill, you have a chance of getting a job. So not only job, whether you are an entrepreneur, so you said you want to become an entrepreneur. So you have a data, you want to visualize. So where is my revenue, finance, expenses, cost, all these things, we can use Power BI. This is called data visualization. Next thing is, I'm going to talk about cloud. So what are the cloud service providers we have? Can anybody tell me? Yeah? Yeah, can you name any of the cloud service providers? AWS. What is the expansion of AWS? Amazon Web then Google. What is the full form? GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Then Microsoft Azure. So we are partners of Microsoft. I'm just going to give you a two demonstration about cloud. So here, if you can see, so this is my cloud account. So how will a cloud be? You will have an URL. So I logged into portal.azure.com. So this is my URL for Azure. I have logged in with my credentials, mothernet.object-automation.com. So using this cloud, we can create many resources. One such resource is storage account. For example, when you want to upload data from your desktop to the cloud, you have to create something called as a storage account. You have to create a resource called storage account. Then you upload data to storage account. I already created some storage account. I'll just show you. So here, if you can see, there is something called MST7. I created a storage account. Since because of time, I'm cutting my demonstration. I'm just giving you what is cloud. So you're using YouTube. Where's the data? Google Drive. Well, all these things are stored in cloud. Cloud is nothing but what is cloud? It is a data center. Cloud is nothing but it is a on-premise server. Instead of having here in this location, it is located everywhere in the world. We can choose where we want to store appropriate data. For example, if I am using Azure, so I can choose where do you want to upload my data in South India, North India, US. I can choose any location, any region. Then what do you do? That's a data center. Basically, the cloud is nothing but it is a data center where you have racks of company servers. Okay, so a where library, for example, library, where you have racks of books. Similarly, a data center is nothing but you will have racks of company servers. The server, you upload all these things, virtual machine, storage account. It is basically an on-premise server, a data center. Okay, so now you can see I have created a storage account. So this is what we do. Okay, let me stop this. So with this I stop. Thanks for coming. So you are all very patient. You are all very eager. You are all listening very eagerly. I appreciate this. Okay, I appreciate involvement. Thanks for coming this. Okay, so I want you to give any two people can give your feedback. You can come here and talk about this industry visit. So what was your expectation? Was your expectation met? Or what did you gain? You can give. So main thing is, okay, one more thing I'll talk about. So I gave a demonstration about Power BI Cloud. Okay, so learn about this. They are all Power BI desktop is free. You can install. Similarly, any cloud account, Azure is 1 year free. Student account, they're giving free. Similarly, SQL knowledge is very important. Whether you become a data engineer or not. So learn SQL. Spend about 15-20 hours on SQL, basic SQL. Okay, then try to communicate efficiently. So okay, always talk. So I request two students. Any two students can come and give their feedback. With this, we'll finish this session. Okay. So after that, faculty members will come and give their feedback. Anybody, any two students, please come here and give your feedback.
Yes.
So I appreciate your. So you're all very eager. You're all very obedient. I appreciate that. Any two students, please come here at this point. So it is getting YouTube recording. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Any two students. So you can talk for 1 minute. So what did you gain from this industry state? You can share your opinion. We want to take your feedback. Come. Anybody see this is an opportunity. See, you can come and see. You saw her. She has finished. She's doing internship. So her name is Nandini. She finished her BSc. She's speaking. So you all speak. When you do project, you have to explain project to your boss. So this is an opportunity. Come and speak. What things?
Yes.
What are you learned? What was your explanation? Yeah, just any 30 seconds you speak. See, you can come. Yeah, your name. Yeah, please come. Hello. Come. See, we have to go to the next patch. 145 everybody has to go. Come. Just speak for 30 seconds. Come here. So another 1%. Okay, I want 2 people to speak. Yeah, any 2 students they can come. We're going to finish. Next batch is going to come. Come, please come.
If you are taking much time, it means you will be getting delayed.
Yeah, please come here. What's your name? Mohammed? Mohammed Khalid. Yeah, very good. I appreciate Mohammed Khalid. Yeah, please come. Speak for 30 seconds. What is your expectation? What did you gain? Yeah, you can talk about. So public speaking is very essential. Okay. So so it's not like you can speak on anything.
Good morning, friends. First of all, I need to say that the sir told lastly one thing, that is about Power BI desktop. So which is very useful to use about, he said about donuts, bar charts and pie charts. Other next thing is she explained about the project. It is very useful that we came and gained anyhow somewhat knowledge about ML, about Power Desktop, sir.
Okay, thank you. So thank you. Yeah. So you have one more. Anybody? Yeah, you can see we are taking inputs. So what is your expectation? Did your expectation met? Okay, okay, fine. Then you can talk. The next batch will go. Yeah. You can just share your views.
Okay. Good evening, students. Good evening, all. How do you feel? Is it good? How do you feel? Last one. Answer me. How do you feel? Is it okay for you? At least minimum knowledge. If you take away, which means it will be you can, if you are going to do internships, going to do projects, how the company works are going on, how we can collaborate your upskilling to our academic and otherwise another. Company projects வந்து real time ஓட எப்படி collaborate பண்ணணும், which tools we are going to use, எதுல lag இருக்கும், those are all the concepts we need to clarify. அதுக்கு ஒரு core knowledge தான் இந்த basement. ஓகேவா? Make utilize for that. இதுல சொல்லிருக்கத just you have to google it. Google பண்ணும்போது you can take ideas. அப்படி இருக்கும்போது நம்ம projects பண்ணும்போது how we can do it, how we are doing, how we will perform அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களுக்கு effective wayல how we are will go to proceed அப்படிங்கிறது உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஓகேவா? And in the knowledge, thank you so much for the opportunity. Really, our students will explore more and more according to the basement to that. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you, students. So you can go down. So we have a basement.
Next
batch.
Okay.
So we will by 1:30, 1:40.
You will accommodate the basement.
So anybody has any doubts, you can visit our website. Abdur and automation.com. You can visit our website.